Hi, Cenk Huger for TYTSports here. My Turk and Jerks of the week. Turk of the week. Oh, runner-up, Mike McCoy, so close. Now, look, nobody knows what's happening in the NFL. One week, Tampa is the worst team you've ever seen. The next week, they're all right. One week, Green Bay is awesome. The next week, they're terrible. Same for Chicago. Same for almost every team. The only two teams that I've seen be really consistent are the Chargers and the Cardinals, right? And so Mike McCoy, again, they're supposed to destroy the Jaguars. They destroy the Jaguars, right? But you can't really win Turk of the Week for doing your job and for kicking Jaguar ass. Okay, otherwise everybody would be Turk of the Week every week based on that. So the guy I'm really giving it to is Mike McCarthy, who's obviously the Packers coach. In order to be in the running, apparently you had to have a Mike some name this year or this week. So anyway, Mike McCarthy, for realizing what the Saints coach and the Patriot coach have not, obviously Peyton and Belichick. You have one of the best quarterbacks of all time on your team. Use them, right? So now all three of those teams thought they were clever and they were going to have a running game. That they were going to, like the Saints are using Mark Ingram, I know he's hurt now, and Kyrie Robinson, instead of letting Drew Brees have the ball, one of the best quarterbacks, give it to him, let him throw the ball. You're the Saints. You've got Drew Brees. Throw the ball, right? Oh, the Patriots are even worse. Oh, I'm going to get cute. Here's Brandon Bolden. Nobody gives a shit about Brandon Bolden, okay? Tom Brady, if he had won the 2 giant Super Bowls, we're not even having the conversation, number one quarterback of all time, right? Okay, fine, he didn't win those Super Bowls. He's in the running for best quarterback in NFL history. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. And by the way, it would have been nice if he had some linemen that could protect him. Anyway, so Mike McCarthy, out of those 3 coaches, go, oh, right, I thought Eddie Lacy was going to be great. It turns out he's not. He's just a little fat, and he can't get past the offensive line. Fuck it, I got a great quarterback. I'm going to use him this week, and I'm going to throw 100 times, and we're going to destroy the Bears. Thank you. I appreciate that you figured that out. Okay, so he's the Turk of the Week.
TYT Sports, everybody, Monday morning, so that means Turks and Jerks. I am Ben Mankewicz, circa 1985. I'm here with Dan, who is the executive producer for TYT Sports. It's great to have you on TYT Sports and introduce you to everybody.
Sorry, all the bevy of hosts that we usually have aren't here today, so they had to call up the practice squad.
That's exactly true. That's what they did. They called up the practice squad. But so let's start recapping NFL's weekend of action. Who is your Turk of the weekend?
Mike Glennon of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, what a game for that guy. So, I mean, here's a guy, he got drafted in the second round, comes in the league last year, when the team started 0-3 after the Josh Freeman fiasco. And, he thinks that he's going to get a shot, and he plays the rest of the year. By the end, he's doing pretty well. Last 8 games, 4-4. He goes home at the end of the season thinking he's got a job next season. Comes back, his coach is fired. They bring in some old dude from Chicago, had a couple good games, and they tell him, hey, go sit over there, Mike, and wait your turn again. So all of a sudden, he doesn't have his chance. McCown comes in, plays 3 horrible games, gets blown out 56-14, scores 56-0. They say, okay, Mike, now you can play again. So he's back on an 0-3 squad again for the second straight year. But instead of giving up, guy comes out, goes out to a 10-0 lead, falls behind, doesn't give up again, comes back. 24-20, drives the team all the way down the field against a Pittsburgh team that blew out Carolina last week, and doesn't make it, throws 4 straight incompletes, and actually misses an open receiver on 4th down to basically cost them the game. Pittsburgh comes out, doesn't get a first down, he gets the ball, he gets one more chance, drives them back down again, and this time on 3rd down, hits Vincent Jackson from 5 yards out to win. I mean, you got to respect a guy who just keeps coming and coming and coming and never gives up. So I think Mike Glennon deserves to be a Turk.
So my Turk of the weekend, it was tough. I think I made my Turk of the weekend every single week, Andrew Luck. And this was a last-second change because originally I wanted to do J.J. Watt, who is an honorable mention for jumping, 16 feet in the air to intercept the ball and run it back to the house for 80 yards. J.J. Watt, worth the money that he is making, worth the money that he signed. That defensive line is going to be terrifying going forward. And especially when they get Clowney after his first full year, all of that. But Andrew Luck continues to put up monstrous numbers as he's supposed to. He's, again, as I've said multiple times, the full package from Stanford. The comparisons to Peyton Manning seem to be they're happening. It's amazing to see Andrew Luck become this this stat freak of a player and lead his team and just pour on. Granted, it was Tennessee. It's not like he's had a crazy defensive matchup to go against, where he's facing the Seattle Seahawks, because I'm sure 400 passing yards against the Seahawks is not going to happen. But either way, he's ahead of the leaderboard on touchdowns. He's ahead of the on top of the leaderboard with passing yards, and he's just efficient, and everything's working out for him. So for the 4th straight week, and maybe for all 16 weeks of the regular season, 17 with the bye, even during the bye week, I might have to make Andrew look my Turk.
The other thing that's pretty amazing about him is he has no offensive line.
Right.
Like, he has no offensive line. I mean, and Tennessee's not a horrible defense. I mean, but he literally has no offensive line and gets crushed all the time. And he just keeps going. He
wasn't fortunate enough, I guess, or lucky enough, like Peyton. Peyton had Jeff Saturday, who now we know talking about the offensive line doesn't really happen that much in coverage of the NFL, but it is really important. I know we both listen to Calvin Coward in the morning, and one of the things that he's been hammering home is 2 things happen to win a Super Bowl, and one of those major components of winning a Super Bowl is a very good offensive line. It improves the run game, gives time for the passer to at least stay within the pocket, and considering more passers have started to veer away from that, those Kaepernicks, those Russell Wilsons who can move outside of it. Andrew Luck, although mobile, kind of like when Ben Roethlisberger's so big when he was younger that he can kind of move, surprisingly, Andrew Luck can move around. At least within the pocket, but he's not running it out like Michael Vick on Atlanta and scrambling for 60 yards downfield at any point.
No, and the other good thing is that, that team is so much better with Ahmad Bradshaw getting carries. I mean, when Ahmad Bradshaw's in, he can catch the ball, he can score touchdowns, he runs and hits holes hard. A dancing feet Trent Richardson just isn't going to cut it. I mean, the more they give the ball to Bradshaw, the better Luck's going to do, because they can't just, expect somebody not to break through the line and not get any yards.
I still like, and you're mentioning Ahmad Bradshaw, and the edge, Edgerrin James, was a great running back, and Peyton Manning had that too. It seems like Peyton had, and I guess we're going to draw the comparisons, which is overdone as it is, but if, and I'm curious what the commenters think, so we'll throw it to you guys. A, who's your Turks of the weekend? We want to see those on the bottom in the comments section. Tweet them at TYTSports. Tweet them to @Francis_Maxwell too, just to annoy him.
Do you think maybe you like Luck so much because he's leading our fantasy team to a 4-0 record, which, by the way, is in first place in the TYTSports League? Jank unfortunately suffered a loss this week, so he will now be 3-1.
We beat for the TYTers, Aaron Wysocki, our marketing director. He got beat by Rubin on Rye, just a terrible fantasy team name, without us starting a defense. So we beat him 104-101. It's a good start. We're 4-0. Andrew Luck, maybe. I'm going to give it a hard maybe as to why I love him so much, because he's leading my fantasy team. But I was our fantasy team. I was always high on him this season, being the 3rd year, his breakout year. This is his first season. I said was going to be for 30 touchdowns. I think I need to change that. This will be his first of many seasons with 40 touchdowns.
Got it. I'll take it. We'll take 40 touchdowns.
He's killing it. So again, guys, leave your Turks and Jerks in the comments section below. Tweet us at TYTSports. Follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, like us there. Do all the social media stuff. Subscribe button is somewhere in this area. Make sure to click that. Thank you as always. We'll see you next time.